Okay, in this video, I'm going to be doing a camera test and I'm going to be comparing the C920 webcam, which I've been using for about 5 years, with a newer camera that I just got called the Depstech DW50 Pro, which is a 4K camera. And so we'll be going back and forth and testing each of these. I'm talking on a headset, and the reason I'm talking on a headset right now is because this is the sound that I normally have when I'm teaching. But we're going to be working with the C920 out of the box sound and the Depstech out of the box sound separately so that you can hear what happens if you don't have another microphone, and then maybe some adjustments that we can make to make these have a little better sound quality. One of the reasons I'm comparing these two cameras is because I use a software system in order to present called OBS Studio. OBS Studio allows a multiple amount of scenes, and so switching back and forth makes it a lot easier for me to do presentations. When I'm in Zoom, I can do it all through one area. The problem is I have two C920 cameras, Logitech cameras, that I've been very happy with, but because both of them have the same name, OBS can't really distinguish between them, and it's quite a chore to rename them in a Windows system. So I decided to get a new camera and be a lot easier to distinguish between the two, and so that's what we're doing. So the out of the box presentation, I'm going to switch now to the C920 actual sound, and then we'll compare that to the picture and sound of the Depstech. So now what you're hearing is the Logitech C920. You'll hear a little bit of an echo now compared to what you were hearing with my Rode wireless headset. So this is the sound with the C920. I'm now going to switch to the Depstech camera. And this is now the picture and sound with the Depstech camera. And you'll hear quite a bit of sound difference. The Depstech camera microphones are a lot tinnier. It seems like I'm a lot farther away. It's really not a great sound. And therefore, when I'm using these, I'm always using, again, this headset because the sound is quite different. If I change it, obviously, there's a huge difference in sound. But going back to this, we'll see if we can make some adjustments for those of you who may not have a headset or a lav mic. So with the Depstech webcam in OBS, I'm going to add some filters to try and make the sound just a little bit better. So what I've just done is I've added 4 filters. One of them is a compressor, another one is a limiter, the other one is a noise suppression filter, and a 3-band equalizer to try and pick up, instead of that really tinny sound, maybe a little bit more bass in my voice. And so I've just added those to the Depstech. I'll do the same thing when I switch now to the Logitech. So this is the C920, and this is the noise right out of the box. And now I've added those same filters, the compressor, the limiter, the noise suppressor, and the 3-band equalizer. And so you're not going to have great sound with either of these cameras, but it's a little bit better when you can put some filters on there if you have the software to do that. Okay, so let's now go to some of the features of these cameras. The general makeup of the Logitech camera. It's a nice little camera. It's compact. Obviously, it's going to fit on top of your monitor, and so it has this adjustment, and it also has an up and down adjustment so that you can adjust the angle from your monitor. It does not have a side-to-side adjustment, and so because of that, you'll have to make sure that your monitor is facing you if you want to be in the center of the camera, or make some adjustments that way. And I've been dealing with this; it's been no problem. But that's one of the features of this. The other thing is it has these 2 lights when you're actually recording when the camera's in use, of course, like all of the other cameras. And one of the things it doesn't have, however, is something to put over the camera when it's not in use if you want to have privacy, a privacy shutter. Now, this Depstech camera is a little bit larger, it's a little bit wider, and you can see it has the same mechanism in order to put this on top of your monitor. The difference, however, is that it has a ball right here that allows you to move the camera pretty much in any direction. So it gives you a lot of flexibility on your monitor in order to point this in the right direction. It also does have actually a privacy shutter. So if I hold this up to the camera, and you can see the lens of the camera, and I just slide this, you can see that privacy shutter closes the camera. So if you have this on a normal monitor and you're using this as a regular camera, that's a really kind of a nice feature to have. Now, one of the other things about the Logitech camera is that if this is the out of the box picture, that's fine. And you can make adjustments. There's software that Logitech comes with, and also OBS has filters and gamma correction within its system that allows you to make adjustments. So, in this particular case, if I flip a button for color adjustment, then I can automatically maybe make the picture a little bit richer and a little bit more to what I'm looking for rather than this that's right out of the box. So that's a nice feature to have. It's the adjustments can be made either in the software or in OBS, but you can make adjustments to the picture. Now, the interesting part about the Depstech camera is that it comes with a remote. One of the things I really like about this, and this is going to come in handy when you're teaching in a large room or you have a hybrid class like I'm going to have where there's participants within the room, but also participants on Zoom. It allows a little bit more flexibility. So this remote has quite a few things. So if I press this remote, I can instead of using the camera shutter, I can just shut the camera off by simply pressing the video key. I can also remotely mute the sound on the actual camera, even though I'm still talking into my wireless mic, you can mute the sound. And one of the other nice things is that there's some correctional adjustments. So if I want the picture to be brighter or darker, and then there's a reset button. If I want to desaturate or heavily saturate, that's fine. What I tend to do on this is I put it one click towards saturation, and that seems to work well. There's also a white balance adjustment. So if I wanted my picture just to be adjusted a little bit lighter or perhaps a little bit darker, and then I can flip the picture if I want. If there's some reason that I need to flip the picture backwards, so this remote comes in really handy as far as the features to this Depstech camera. The other feature is if I switch back and forth, this is a 4K camera, which means that I can almost double the size of this picture without losing video quality. And so overall, when you're looking at both of these cameras, then I think that the picture quality on both the C920, the Logitech camera is a really good camera. I've been super happy with these cameras over time. Well, 5 years later, they've come up with different picture quality. So now with this Depstech camera, it's a 4K camera. The price is, I think it's maybe $15 or $20 more, but coming with the remote and some of the features that it comes with, I think that $20 would be really worth it if you can afford it, because you're going to have a 4K picture. You can do a lot more zooming in or out with that picture. And then it has a lot of adjustments that it can make. The sound quality is terrible compared to a mic like this or a professional microphone. And almost any microphone you get is going to be better because here I'm at least 3 feet away from both of these cameras. And so there's going to be sound in the background and echo. So I think overall, I think at this point, 5 years later, with some of the upgrades that Depstech has made, the flexibility, I would certainly pick that Depstech camera, and I'm real happy with it. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up for a like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you at the next review.